Welcome back to Learn Computing with Daniel Bullen. Today we're going to dive into the wild world of nested if statements in Python, C++, C#, and Java. But don't worry, we're going to make this as fun and as easy as possible so that the novice will be able to do it in no time, in as little as 5 minutes. But before I do, please remember to click that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell if you want notifications on all my future videos. Without further ado, I'm going to get into how to do a nested if statement in Python, C++, C#, and Java. Each program I'm going to try and do in 5 minutes. And I will tell you why I say 5 minutes. So you'll have to watch this video all the way to the end, where you will get my explanation as to why I've said 5 minutes. So if we have a look, ladies and gentlemen, this is a task we're going to do. We're going to create a C++ program that will ask the user if it's raining. If we answer yes, ask if it's windy. If we say yes to that, we display it's too windy for an umbrella. Otherwise, we say take an umbrella. If it's not, ask if it's sunny. If it is, we say put on sunscreen. Otherwise, we say have a nice day. Okay. Without further ado, let's get into this code. So, we need to ask if it's raining. So we could do a variable called rain, and we'll do an input because it's a string. So we are going to ask, is it raining? And then we're going to say if rain is equal to, then we need 2 double quotes to say yes because it's a string. And then we're going to print, and we're going to do another variable called windy. And we are going to say equals input. And we are going to say, is it windy? And then we're going to have if windy is equal to yes. Then we're going to print too windy for an umbrella. Otherwise, we're going to go into else, and we're going to print take an umbrella. Yep, so that is how we need to do that. So yes, gotta stay dry, folks. So now it's not raining. So let's have a look, shall we? So if it's raining, I'm going to say yes. Yeah, it is raining. Right. Is it windy? Oh. Is it windy? Okay, let's say yes. Yes, yeah, we gotta stay dry, folks. Gotta stay dry. So we know that code works. Otherwise, we would get wet. So we've done that nest. Now we just need to go into the outer if statement and say else. So nesting is an if statement in an if statement. So think of it like Russian dolls. A doll is inside another doll, inside another doll, inside another doll. Yes, I know. But let's just crack on and get into the sunny. So we're going to have a variable called sunny. And I'm going to have input, is it sunny? And what we're going to do is, if sunny is equal to yes, then we're going to print out put on sunscreen. But not too much, otherwise you will go pale white. And I'll explain that story towards the end. Towards the end of the one I do when I transfer it to Java. But back to this. So we go if sunny is yes, we say put on sunscreen. If it's not, then we're going to do a nice print statement saying, so it could be anything we want, like have a nice day. And there we have it. So let's test it and let's see that working. Is it raining? No. Is it sunny? Yes. Boom. Put on sunscreen. Is it raining? No. Is it sunny? No. Have a nice day. Managed to do that and test all that in less than 5 minutes. Now, we're going to move on and we're going to transfer that into C++. Let's have a little transfer. With C++, it's going to take slightly longer. So we're going to include IOStream and we're going to include string. So now we need a string variable called rain, and we're going to do cout and say, is it raining? And then we're going to cin, and we're going to call that rain. That's one job there. Job done. Now we're going to have if rain is equal to yes, we are going to have squiggly brackets, which are actually curly brackets. I have another string, and we're going to say windy. Then we're going to cout and say, is it windy? And then we're going to have if windy is equal to yes, we are going to say it is too windy for an umbrella. And what we can do to make it look good, we could just have end out. And then we're going to have else. And then we're going to have cout, take an umbrella. That's that bit done. So we've got our if one nested if else. So remember, it's an if statement and an if statement. Now we need to do else for if it's not raining. Okay, so in that, we're going to have something like, we're going to have a variable called sunny. And we're going to ask, and we're going to do cout and say, is it sunny? If sunny is equal to yes, we're going to have put on some sunscreen. Otherwise, it will just be too hot for our liking. And I'm going to do end out. If we don't put on sunscreen, we are just going to burn up. Then we're going to have else inside that else statement, and we're going to say something like, have a nice day. And let's make sure that comma is replaced by that, because if we have one syntax error, the whole code is going to go boom. It ain't going to work. But let's test it. So I'm going into the condition, is it raining? So if I type in yes, all lowercase, the condition's met, so it's going to go in the if. So now we ask, is it windy? And I got something wrong there, because what I should have done was a cin and say windy. Meaning I should have done that for sunny on line 29. So it's very important that we test our code. So let's test it. So is it raining? Yes, it's met the condition. Is it windy? If it meets that condition, it's going to say it's too windy for an umbrella. Is it raining? Yep, condition's met. But if I decide to say no, then it's going to go in the else statement. And the same will be said for sunny. So is it raining? No. Is it sunny? If it's yes, then I'm going to say put on some sunscreen. I'm going to say rain. No, it's not. It's not met that condition, so it's going to go into the else. Ask if it's sunny, and if it's not sunny, so if it's anything other than yes in lowercase, it's going to print out have a nice day. And that is one other test in less than 5 minutes. Oh, it's so quick, isn't it? You will be able to do it in less than 5 minutes. Okay, let's transfer this from C++ to C#. So C#, this one takes a pain in the backside to actually load up if you're doing this on REPL. And I mean a pain in the backside. But to do it, you could have console.writeLine, and I'm going to say here, is it raining? Nice and basic. But we need a string, which we don't have to do here. We can just do down here. String windy equals console.readLine, Done. Now we need if windy is yes. Curly brackets like in C++, yes, curly whirly brackets. So we're going to do console.writeLine. Is it, what I should have done there, instead of saying rain, should have said rain. And I should have said rain right here. And then what I should have done here, say, is it windy? And then we need to say if windy is equal to yes. So what I should have done here is string windy. Console.readLine, and if it's windy, if that's yes, we're going to print out too windy for an umbrella. Done. And then what we need now is else console.writeLine, we're going to say take an umbrella. Nice and done. Nicely done, eh? So we've done our set of conditions. Sometimes it might be good to test it, because C#, it takes its time. So what I'm doing here is iterative testing. So we're testing a bit out, seeing if that works. If it works, we go on to the next bit. So we know that doesn't work because I've done a boo-boo here with the extra code when I shouldn't have. So now I've gotten rid of that. That should work. And C# being C#, it takes us blooming time. Yep, any minute now. Oh, is it raining? Yes, it's raining. Is it windy? No, take an umbrella. Had I said yes, it would go into too windy for an umbrella. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test this again just to make sure. Yep, so is it raining? I'm going to say yes. It's raining, so it's asking if it's windy. If windy is equal to yes or lowercase, too windy for an umbrella. Now we just need to do else, which is outside of the nesting. And we are now going to say console.writeLine, and we are going to say, is it sunny? Could definitely do with that in Britain, in the UK, but hey. So I'm going to do string sunny equals console.readLine because we've got to read in the variable. Then we need if sunny is equal to yes. We're going to say something like put on some sunscreen, otherwise you are going to burn. Otherwise you're going to burn. If it's not sunny, but it's dry, then we can say something like have a nice day. So let's have a test. So we're going to do no yes and no no. Yep, so whilst we're waiting for this code to be tested, please remember to click that like and subscribe button and hit that notifications bell. Write a comment below in the video. And now we've got is it raining? So we're going to say no. Is it sunny? No. So it's not met that condition, so it's going in the sunny bit. It's going into this else block of code. If it doesn't meet that condition, it's going to go to have a nice day. We run that again. Yep, C# takes us bloody well time, but hey, if it's got to be learned, it's got to be learned. So if it's raining, no, so it's not going to go through this first block of code, it's going to go through the second. Is it sunny? I'm going to say yes. So if it meets that condition, then it's going to say put on some sunscreen. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how we do it in C#. So we've done the same task in Python, C++, and C# so far. Let's transfer those skills onto Java. And here we are. So I've done a template code like this. So we need the scanner function and the scanner system.in to actually allow us to do inputs. So where do we begin? Well, how we could do it is we will need system.out println. So we're going to ask, is it raining? And then we're going to have string in capitals. We're going to have rain equals scanner.next line. So that's what we need to input. So if rain dot equals, so we have to do the dot equals, and then we're going to do brackets, and then we're going to say yes. So you can see this is very different to how you would do it in C++ and C#. But never mind that. So I'm going to copy and paste this code, which you can do, and then we're going to ask, is it windy? And then we're going to use this for windy. Then we're going to do scanner.nextLine, and then we are going to say, then we are going to do the windy one now. So we are going to take this, and what we're going to do is we're going to do, instead of rain equals, we're going to do windy equals yes. Then we're going to do systemout.println, and then we're going to say it is too windy for an umbrella. Else, we're going to have systemout.println, take an umbrella. So we've got that block of code. Let's test it, because we've always got to test it and see if that works. So if we don't test it, we don't know if it's going to work. So, is it raining? So I'm going to say yes, because it's met the condition. I'm going to ask, is it windy? Is it windy? Going into that block of code, so now it's asking, is it windy? If I type yes, it's met the condition, so it's going to tell us it's too windy. I'm going to run that again, just to get the else bit right, just make sure the else bit's right. It's always good to test it too many times, they're not enough. So is it raining? Yes. Is it windy? No, it's not met that condition, so it's going to tell us to take an umbrella. And once you know that works, you can just copy, paste, just have else, and then replace the string windy with sunny, and then just say, is it sunny? If sunny is equal to yes, we could say, put on some sunscreen, especially if you are watching this from Dubai, where it's really, 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 really hot. And then we're going to say, have a nice day. Let's run that code and let's see the magic. So it's going to ask us if it's raining, because that's the first prompt, which we have to type in. Is it raining? As I'm typing no, it's not going to execute that block of code. It's going to execute the else block of code. Is it sunny? So I'm in this block of code. So if I decide to say yes, it's going to execute the if block of code. If I decide to do something else, however, like no, and you'll see what I'm on about. So is it raining? No. Is it sunny? So we've gone into this block of code. Is it sunny? If I say no, it's not going to go in the if because it's not met. It doesn't meet the condition, so it goes into else. And there we have it. So transferred one task, 4 different programming languages. And I managed to do most of it in about 5 minutes. And the reason being, because I've gone through a task like this in Python with a student once, who, let's just say, was astounded when I was able to do a task like this one in a minute. He just couldn't believe I could do it in a minute. But it was like, yeah, it'll take 15 minutes or 10 minutes to do, but not a minute. You never know. It might happen. You never know. You follow my intuition or anything like that. Follow my videos. You'll be able to do these in 5 minutes or even 1 minute, no problem. So, that is everything we've covered today. So please be sure to hit that like. And please also remember to hit that subscribe button. And another way to subscribe is to just click on this link, which is below each video I place. And if you like my content and you want to find out more about what I do, I've also got an online course called Introduction to Computer Systems on the Udemy website. So you just need to click on it. And there we go. So this is my online course, Introduction to Computer Systems. So this is the landing page for that course. So in it, you will learn. So these are some of the things we'll learn, like explaining the role of the central processing unit, describe the components of the CPU, provide an introduction to assembly language, which is low-level programming, explain the factors that affect the performance of the central processing unit, and I've also put in another bit that I'm interested in, the physics of overclocking the CPU, which made me develop an interest in electronics and also physics. So there's a lot more to it than even we realized. So this is the course content. So you've got computer systems, so I'm introducing you to it. Then I'm going into the different forms of architecture and assembly language. Then I'm going into the factors that affect it and the physics of overclocking the CPU. And then I'm going into logic, so combinational logic systems, making the logic gates, sequential logic systems, semiconductors. Then I go into all things binary, where we introduce you to number systems, all the way down to doing binary and sound, images and text. And then finally we got input and output devices and the different forms of storage, so that's where memory will come in. And then my assessment is basically one big quiz of 30 questions. So you don't need any knowledge to do this course. All you need is a computer with stable internet connection. So that's all you really need there. And why you should do the course? Well, wherever I don't know, I'll go out and learn it. So the way my brain is wired is I'm on the autism spectrum. So it will be an asset in helping you get through the online courses that we provide. So we understand how to explain things in simple terms due to my teaching background. So you could think of us as a real-life version of, say, Sheldon Cooper from Big Bang Theory, minus the rudeness, or a C-3PO, but without the glitches. So I'm on the autism spectrum, so we're on the autism spectrum and have a rough idea on how to talk to them and relate to them. And my teaching style is that style I've crafted and one that works in a way that some people don't get if they only had tuition in the classroom or just want to study the subject a lot more. So this course provides you with the opportunity to go further than you would in the subject that you want to pursue. So those are some of the reasons why you should consider buying this online course, because once you buy it, it's yours for a lifetime. For some of my videos, I will go through programming tasks. So if you want to do these yourself, I have put a Replit link below on my programming videos. So you just click on REPL. And this is what you need if you haven't signed up at all. So you just click sign up. If you've got an account, you just click login. And once you've logged in or signed up, this is the page that will appear. So if I was to log in right now, this is the page. So this will appear. So that will be the page there. And in addition to all that, I am also a private tutor where I offer my private tutoring services specialising in ICT and computer science. And I look forward to you coming to me for lessons. Goodbye for now.